Straight back into action for our midweek fixtures this Tuesday and Wednesday for Game Week 13 of the EFL Championship. We start off at the John Smith Stadium, where Huddersfield Town are taking on Cardiff City. Huddersfield Town beating Queen's Park Rangers 2-1 in their last game. Currently in 18th place. It is a safe position for them. Cardiff City losing 1-0 against Blackburn Rovers in their last game. Not 1-1 in their last three now. They'll want to bounce back, and I think they'll pick up a victory in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the Bluebirds. We move on to the Den now, where Millwall are taking on Blackburn Rovers. Millwall picking up a 1-1 draw against Preston North End in their last game. Current standings are them in 14th place with 4 wins, 4 defeats and 4 draws. Pretty even. Their opponents, Blackburn Rovers, picking up a couple of victories in their last couple of games after they had a bit of a horrible run. I expect Blackburn Rovers to pick up all 3 points in this one and make it 3 in a row, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win for them. We move on to Carrow Road now, where Norwich City are taking on Middlesbrough. This one's going to be a good one. Norwich City had a good start to the season. They are dropping off a bit now after only picking up the 1 win in their last 6 games. Of course, last time out, they lost against Leeds United 3-2. They led 2-0 until Leeds put 3 past them in the second half. It was a great comeback for Leeds, but we'll come on to them in a moment's time. Middlesbrough completely turning their form around. A 1-0 win against Birmingham City in their last game. And, well, if it's the run they went on last season, I expect them to continue this run. And I'm gonna back Borough in this one to pick up a 2-1 away win against a Norwich side that needs to sort themselves out. Next up, Swansea against Watford. Swansea last time out losing to Leicester 3-1, but that's pretty much expected when anyone plays Leicester, unless you're Hull City, of course, the only team to defeat Leicester so far this season. Watford narrowly getting by, scraping a victory against Sheffield Wednesday only by 1 goal in that 1-0 win on Saturday. I expect Swansea to bounce back. Watford are in some serious trouble, and maybe another manager switch coming in the new year. I expect Swansea. I think they're going to score quite a lot of goals in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-0 home win for the Swans in this one. Prior to their Leicester defeat, they were scoring quite a few goals, and I think that they'll be able to score quite a few against this Watford side. So 3-0 Swansea. Next up, here they are, Leicester City, top of the table. Only the 1 defeat so far, 11 wins out of 12 games. Leicester against Sunderland. Sunderland struggling in their last couple of games, losing out against Middlesbrough 4-0, and then most recently they lost to Stoke 2-1. I think Sunderland can give Leicester a game here. I think that this is going to be one of the toughest opponents that Leicester would have to face so far this season. Sunderland are just this young side with lots of potential, and you don't know which games they're going to turn up to. I think they're going to give Leicester a game here, and I think Leicester are going to drop some points. I still think both sides will pick up some points. I think there'll be a lot of goals. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this one. We move on to the Hawthorns, where West Bromwich Albion are taking on Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers, we're going to start off with the away side for this one. 4 defeats on the bounce. It could be 5 on the bounce in this one. They're looking pretty poor. A 2-1 defeat against Huddersfield in their last game. West Bromwich Albion themselves, though, if you take away the 4-0 victory that they picked up against Preston, themselves haven't really been looking the best either, only picking up victories against the lower down sides. I think there could be some points dropped for West Brom here and some very vital points gained for Queen's Park Rangers. I'm going to go for a draw in this one, 1-1. We'll move on now to the Wednesday night kickoffs, starting off at St Andrews, where Birmingham City are taking on Hull City. Of course, Wayne Rooney's first time as manager last week ended in a 1-0 defeat against Middlesbrough, but their opponents, Hull City, also winless in their last 4 games. 2-1 defeat against Southampton in their last game. If you have a look at just the past history when Hull have visited St Andrews, it's not a happy hunting ground, and they do tend to struggle when they are away at Birmingham. Wayne Rooney could be picking up his first few points as the Blues manager. I'm going to say he's going to get all 3. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win for Birmingham City in this one. Next up, we move to Ashton Gate, where Bristol City are taking on Ipswich Town. Now, of course, Ipswich, their game got postponed. They were visiting Rotherham and the pitch isn't the greatest there. Bristol City, good victory last time out, beating a very stubborn Coventry City side as of late, 1-0. All they tend to pick up now is draws, but we'll come on to Cov in a moment's time. At home, at Ashton Gate, I'm going to go for an upset in this game against the odds, although odds really don't matter in the Championship because absolutely anything can happen on the day. I'm going to go for goals in this one though. Bristol City 3, Ipswich Town 2. I know Bristol don't tend to score that many goals. Ipswich themselves though, they can score goals. They also concede a lot of goals as well. They are currently in second place with 9 wins out of 11 so far this season. I'm going to say, shock result for me, this one. Bristol City for a 3-2 win. We move on to Home Park now, where Plymouth are taking on Sheffield Wednesday. Both sides not in the greatest of form. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday still winless. Plymouth in 21st, just outside the relegation zone, and Sheffield Wednesday rock bottom of the table. Plymouth Argyle picking up a 0-0 draw against West Bromwich Albion in their last game. Sheffield Wednesday narrowly losing out 1-0 against Watford. It has to come eventually for Sheffield Wednesday, and I'm going to go again against the odds for this one, and I'm going to back Sheffield Wednesday to pick up their first win of the season and a 1-0 away win against Plymouth Argyle. We move on to Deepdale, where Preston North End are taking on Southampton. Preston winless in their last 5 games, picking up a 1-1 draw, the most recent against Millwall. Southampton defeating Hull City in their last game 2-1, and although this is 4th against 5th, I predict the scoreline to not reflect that at all. And we've not been looking good recently. Yes, you could say we've been playing some top sides, but just we've not even given or tried to give them a game as well. We've been battered all over the pitch. There was an improvement against Millwall, but against Southampton, I think it's going to be too much. I think we're going to concede quite a lot of goals again for this one. I'm going to go for a Southampton 3-0 away win. We move on to the New York Stadium, providing all their pitches fine. We have got Rotherham United against Coventry City, where obviously Rotherham United, they didn't play last week, but still 23rd, and still wouldn't have expected them to pick up anything against Ipswich anyway. So Coventry City, yes, all they pick up is draws, defeating their last game 1-0 against Bristol City, but it's a chance for Coventry City to pick up all 3 points. It'll be a close game. I'm just going to go for the narrow 1-0 win for Cov City in this one. And we finish off at the Bet365 Stadium, where Stoke City are taking on Leeds United. Stoke picking up maybe a surprise win last time out against Sunderland in that 2-1 home win. But against Leeds United, we saw what they did against Norwich, coming back from 2-0 down in the second half, winning 3-2. I expect Leeds United to pick up all 3 points, and it'll be a tough game for Stoke City, this one. I don't back them to score, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win for Leeds United to wrap up my Game Week 13 score predictions. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are not already. I'll see you all in my next video.